Yo.
Big
Made In
50.
Chafford Podcast, episode 50.
Big 50.
Big 50.
Big 50.
Where's that coming from? Where's he, man?
From somewhere in the building.
He's in the cut. He wanted to be in the back like Parks. I don't know why, but
No, I'm in the cut. Don't worry.
he's here. He's
Like
live.
BP
He's
in the
he's
cut,
live
man.
and direct in the flesh. All right, so got to start. Man, like J Gully in the building. We've been trying to get this one sorted for a while, so it's nice to make it finally come to fruition.
Yeah.
Tell the people about yourself.
J Gully. Make music.
That's the best introduction ever. That's the
Straight to the point.
yeah, no, I like it. Yo, that's
layering,
it. No long. Collins.
Cold, man. I'm in the building as always, man. 50th episode. This is nice.
It's an important
Like
one, yeah.
sometimes you gotta like look back and look at your milestones, and I feel like this is a nice moment for us.
Yeah,
So,
and it's even nice because it's someone from Thurrock that we're trying to champion. Obviously, the sound is incredible. Like, bro, you're doing your thing.
Love, bro.
I've been saying, like, for a while, you know, not to compare people, but it's nice to see the talent in this area growing. I'm sure you're not the only person making music, but it's you and I'd say D1 have been the ones that have been like, yo, that's it, you know.
Love for that, yeah.
How did you get into it? How did you get into music?
I'd say I've been writing for like 3 years now,
Mm.
but I just started dropping recently, so I've been listening to music for ages, obviously. But in the UK, it just seemed like there was like no actual route to get into the scene, you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
But obviously, the scene's like opened up. There's loads of people doing their thing, so yeah.
What made you want to be like, yo? I guess it's because it's interesting because you dropped Da Vinci and that was your first official track, which is on all streaming platforms, obviously. What was the decision to just be like, yo, that's it, I'm gonna do it?
I don't know, to be fair. I was thinking, it's just what I wanted to do. At the time, I was in uni. Before I was in uni, I was thinking of doing it.
Mm.
But then obviously when I'm going through uni now, I'm seeing that the course I'm doing might not be what I want to do. So I just
Yeah.
thought, let me just actually do what I actually want to do.
I hear that.
You just thought, fuck it.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Did the man then put a battery in your back? Because obviously I see them in the video. Toby's in the video, innit? Yeah. Did the man like tell you go for it?
Yeah, of course, 100%. Yeah, man.
There's a good your year's
yeah.
good people, man.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
of course.
And that's
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, carry on.
No, obviously, like, I was saying it, and then I would always like sing and shit like that, silly stuff like that, and people would be like, "Yo, like, you just singing too much. Go in the studio."
It's
please."
cold,
Yeah.
yeah. And you did it and you patterned it up, but I think it's nice the trajectory that I've seen because obviously we put Da Vinci in the playlist, but Holy Water is a different kettle of fish. Like
That
I
was the
feel
one for me.
that was the
Yeah,
I think that was like okay, he's here now. That was the one that made us be like,
That's a
yo,
fact.
he's actually doing this because the video is clean as well.
Yeah, lovely.
And obviously the song, because you switch up the flow so much, it feels like 3 songs in one.
Yeah. I feel like that as well. Holy Water, yeah, it was hard to get over the line. We had some complications with the video.
Mm.
Where did you shoot it? Whereabouts was it shot?
Dubai.
Mm.
Yeah.
Greasy.
Yeah.
Greasy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
These youngers are showing us up, man.
I ain't
Great.
Dubai,
Now
no.
we've got to go record an episode in Dubai.
Thanks, man.
With sparklers and that.
I thought it was good. It was good.
What was the complications like for it? What popped up that made it hard to put out?
So the video before, there was meant to be a video before that one that wasn't Holy Water that we had already shot in Dubai.
Okay.
Right.
But there was complications with that video.
Yeah.
So then we've had to we've gone on holiday to Dubai again and just thought, let's make Holy Water happen.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what, you got something else in the tuck? So what's
Like
going
an
on?
alternative video for it. Or something
Oh
like
no, it's not. It's a separate video. It's a completely
that.
separate
Completely
video.
different
but
video. Yeah.
That's a whole another story.
Yo, you've been getting in. So what, early problems already, or what's the situation?
Yeah, early problems. Just video stuff and videography
It's
stuff.
stuff.
I hear that. Alright, so what's next? So we've got Holy Water now. What's the direction you're trying to go in now?
We got some wavy songs there still, but we're just trying to make sure that these songs are heard properly.
Got you.
Yeah, because these ones,
You want people to take it in.
yeah, these ones are mad still.
So you going in the direction of making an album? Is that something you'd ever think about doing?
Yeah, I was thinking of making a quick mixtape,
Mm.
Yeah.
4 or 5 song mixtape, but we'll just have to see. And I'm not too sure yet.
Have you ever put out body of work before that, or is it just literally? Oh, then
It's
that's
just been
it's
singles,
early
yeah.
days then.
Yeah.
At that point, if you put out a mixtape, you just want to like build a buzz,
Yeah,
get like a
that's
fan
it.
base, do that type of stuff because
Mm.
you sound a certain way at the moment, so you want to just show you're versatile. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Which you heard on Holy Water.
Yeah.
Because funny enough, like you put Givenchy on the playlist time ago, and I was like, yeah, this is sick. And then Holy Water came across my peripheral. I'm not sure how. It might have been my younger brother, who you probably know. And it's very rare we put 2 songs from the same artist on our playlist. We try our best to try to bust different people each time.
Mm.
So when I look back and I saw you on there before, I was like, oh right, okay, this isn't a joke.
Nah,
thing.
yeah.
So a mixtape makes sense. Like
Yeah.
even if it's just like a throwaway, like just test and see what you're gonna put out there.
Like, yeah.
Are you being managed at the moment, or that's not?
Yeah, I'm being managed at the moment.
Or, listen, you patterned ASAP.
Hmm.
Are you feeling the love? Do you feel like the area is supporting you? How do you feel?
No, yeah, I feel like they are supporting me. Yeah, I feel like they support me as much as they can.
Mm.
Yeah.
Everyone tries their best, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone reposts my shit, all of that. So yeah.
So who would you say are some of your biggest influences?
In terms of
Music?
biggest influences, I like my favourite artist is Tory Lanez. So
That's an interesting choice, especially at the moment.
yeah, should have said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
We'll edit that out. Yeah, man, you got that one, yeah.
We'll let you have another. Try again.
Let's try again. Who else? I like Bryson Tiller.
Good
Yeah,
choice.
Bryson's
Yeah.
Bryson Tiller. Obviously Drake. Yeah.
That's. And do you feel like that? I don't know, because I wouldn't even say that seeps into your music, because you sound British, which is,
Yeah.
I think, when you're a British artist, is the biggest compliment you can get.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people like Nave Smalls, like as much as I enjoy Nave Smalls, sometimes I feel like, bro, you don't sound American. And even I think DBE can fall into this a bit. They don't sound British, but you sound British, and you sound like you're doing the wavy sort of thing that we've got going on at the moment. I don't really, but that's what I liked about Holy Water, because if I introduced it to someone, you know, when you tell someone, hey, listen to this new artist, and they say, oh, who does he sound like? I couldn't even say that with you, especially on Holy Water. I was like, I think that's a prime example. If you go around and you're trying to like tell people to listen to a song and try and find out what your sound is, that's the song I'd go to.
Is it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know if you did that consciously or,
Nah.
but it's one of them ones that it's such a good song, but it's like you sound unique.
Yeah.
Man, it's gonna sound like we're like on your back or like we're over supporting, but now when something's dope, we have to give credit where credit is due.
Do you like so the artists you listed, like they kind of exist in that peripheral where they're like either could be a rapper or melodic type singer. Do you fall in that? Do you think you're in that bracket as well?
Yeah. I wouldn't really class myself as a rapper per se. So yeah. 100%.
Well, you're not trying to get these bars off.
If they want me to get these bars, off,
16 man, pull up that. We're gonna do this right now. Nah, I'm playing, man.
Iman, what you got to say on this? What do you feel?
I remember you from back in the day, innit?
Yeah.
And I know you for playing football.
Yeah.
That was like your first thing. What made you change?
Basically, I was playing football, and then just things happen. I can't lie. I was playing a match. I think this was the match day that I said, yeah, it's done. I was playing a match, and just one guy just broke his leg, and
Yeah,
crazy. So
Oh man.
yeah, from there, I wouldn't say I fell out of love with it, to be fair.
and once that happens, it's
Yeah.
impossible to get back, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? And I guess you just put your energy into something else,
Yeah, literally.
and long may it continue. Really, I think we all love something at one point, and you can just direct that to something else, which is what you've done. Which is, as long as you give it 110%, I honestly don't see why you won't have any success, or you won't be successful in this, because if you give it 110%, you keep putting out great music, the people will want to listen.
Yeah, 100%.
How do you feel about how things have gone so far? So obviously you dropped 2 tracks. How do you feel it's worked out?
I feel like it's worked out. Alright. It could have been better, but it's alright. Like we've got
Yeah.
things to work on,
Mm.
and we know what we need to work on to get to the next level. So that's the most important thing.
What are those things?
To be fair, just like building like more of a social presence,
Mm.
because I don't really like all the Insta stuff. It's like,
Unfortunately, it has to be done.
Yeah,
innit?
it's
You've
one
got-
of
you've got
them,
to interact
yeah.
with people.
yeah. So
Yeah, I guess if it's something you shy away from, but it is unfortunately something that's got to be done. But I guess just put yourself in situations where you're comfortable. Don't do what you're not comfortable doing either, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess it's good that you recognise that, I actually have to, in order to succeed and in order to do well, I'm going to have to put myself out there a
yeah,
bit.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
try to.
And if you do it naturally,
Mm.
I feel like that's the best way to do it, because you'll get the people who you'd want it to gravitate towards you.
Yeah,
Because you get bare artists like who will just spam their feed with bare, people listening to them, and you think this doesn't look genuine.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're just out and about living your life, you see one person who posts your stuff, you reach out to them, you just keep it the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
I feel that's a better way.
It's
you know what I mean?
organic, innit? Yeah,
Exactly.
it's the best way. Yeah,
Build
100%.
your audience like that. It's a nice experience.
I'm really excited. I'm interested to see what you do going forward.
What is your next 5 steps? Especially currently right now as an artist, what are your next 5 steps in this COVID situation?
In this COVID situation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
an interesting question.
Yeah, literally what we've just said, what we spoke about, the social stuff. Because, in terms of the music, I feel like it kind of speaks for itself. So I've got it already there. If it gets out there, I'm confident that it can do well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty much that's it.
Yeah, it's just about getting heard really at this point. Really
Out there.
getting the stuff out there. All right, bro. So I guess we got we know what to look forward to. We know what to look out for. So that's good.
A quick side step though. The song Hollywood, who produced it?
Producer called J Gully.
Okay.
Yeah, on YouTube. And
How did you get in contact with him?
YouTube still just pulled up on YouTube.
Oh, swear.
Yeah.
Oh, right. These kids are resourceful, man.
For real, dog.
Me, I'll be there on Fruit Loops trying to do the madness, bro.
Oh god, it would not end
It's
that
on
well.
Fruit Loops.
Oh, mad. I mean, thing is, I downloaded it when I was just
tried as
about
well?
into I think it was the beginning of sixth form. I was like, fuck it. Right now, my AS levels aren't really that important until obviously the next year. So I was on there just trying to make some beats. It must have sound like one of those
Oh god.
Garage.
what's that terrible beat
Yeah.
that that one where they use LeBron James where he's
Oh
dancing
my
like that? It must have sound like one of them beats, bro. I was like, yeah, this ain't for me,
I
dog.
hear that.
Nah, it
This ain't
takes
for me.
practice though. that beats things is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Nah,
It's a
I don't know.
skill.
I don't know how the man do it. Especially the ones that really impress me the most are like drill producers, because that sounds like a lot goes into that. I don't know.
The thing is, for me, because I play drums in it. I play drums in church. So when I listen to drill beats, majority of them sound the same, and some of them you can pick up because there's only maybe a top 10 producers.
Got
know.
you.
You have your M1. You have what's his name? Yeah, basically you have top 10 in it, and basically all of them sound very similar, and the drum beat, the drum pattern is very easy to mimic, but it's the sound effects. Some of the sound effects, the 808s is very similar to mimic. It's just some of the sound effects. Yeah, man.
I don't know.
It's
I still rate it quite highly. I think maybe lower down. If you're not as well established a drill producer, it might sound the same. But I don't feel like all of it sounds the same. I can't say.
It sounds very similar.
Even
the thing is-
I don't know. I
The thing
can't
is,
say
I don't
anything.
think, I don't think majority of them are just drill. They've just learned how to master drill. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They learn how to
So-
master
Yeah.
how to produce drill.
Yeah.
But majority of them, they're just hip hop guys. That's it.
I don't know if I.
That's how they started off. And
But
then
you
some
can't tell-
people, they started off producing grime, and then they just hop on the drill beat. But
Would you say a beat that Millions would use is similar to a beat which Heady One would use? Because
100%.
you'd say it's similar.
100%.
You,
100%.
nah, because I think Millions is a different type of breed still.
You reckon?
Yeah,
Millions is different with it, boy.
Do you think the flow?
because he's just
What,
he's
the- you-
hopping,
what, you don't- 'cause
he's
he's
hopping
offbeat?
on beat and beat.
Huh?
You think he's offbeat?
No. 100% he's on beat, but as
He's
in
on
like,
beat.
as in it's the same as Heady in the aspects of the way he spits is similar to the way
Oh, okay.
Heady
That might
spits.
actually be a bad example because I know that people have compared Heady and Millions before. So, but I'm saying the beats that they will use, I don't know I wouldn't say they're the exact same, but I'd say you can't compare YP to anything Heady's done.
You know what? Yeah, it's YP is almost like the old stuff Heady used to do. I'd
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
The stuff Heady used to do before. That's more YP. But
Okay.
I think obviously now Heady's way past.
Yeah,
He's got to
yeah,
change his
yeah.
something.
He's got to switch it up. I see what you man are saying, but I don't. I feel like there's, especially in the top drill producers, I feel like there was a difference in the beats they're making. There's obviously a similarity because it's a genre, so there has to be certain similarities which will make it sound the same as the that you hear at the start of the song, and then the big 808s. but there's gonna be similarities.
Yeah, I hear you.
But it doesn't. I don't think it means that everything sounds the same. But I guess
We digress.
It's
It's
an interesting conversation. And it's interesting. It's always interesting to agree to not. Agree to disagree?
Yeah,
But we've
similar
got to hail
concept,
up
yeah.
we've got to hail up the producers at the end of the day. I feel that's something that we just get continuously do.
How do you pick a beat? Like, what for you? What's the process? Because this is interesting actually. Since speaking with Anu, is that what's your writing process like?
Usually me and my producer just get in the studio, see what the vibe is today, and he'll make the beat like just on the spot. Then I'll go in there, do some melodies, get the right melodies, put some words on it.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know if you saw, but it's like how Tion Wayne did. I don't know. It was gross before.
Yeah, it's a fact.
It's just like,
That's
but I
how
guess that's what you man must be doing. Is
Yeah,
like,
that's how much the songs come out.
That's crazy, you know.
it's like in the interview room, I don't know. And I was like, how have you made a song out of this? Like, literally talking gibberish. If I can find it, I'll sing it and see if we can get it anyway, so I don't look crazy. But it is. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, it's nuts, and that's what you man are doing in the studio. It must. Wow. And then you come out with bangers.
Must be nice.
must be nice to be talented in that. Lord knows I could not do that. That is impressive. You man are skillful, that's for sure. There's a new level of respect for all you artists out there. Alright, so I guess we can move on to a different topic. So what I found interesting was this week, a lot of people, we discussed it last week, WAP came out and it did its thing. Obviously, Iman, I know how you feel about it already. We ain't going to get into
How
that.
do you feel about it?
Listen, the thing is, I don't listen to Meg Thee Stallion. I don't really be listening to Cardi B, innit?
Do you look at Meg Thee Stallion?
I look at Cardi B. I look at Cardi B, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I'm not
We love
trying...
both of them. We love both of them. It's a taste thing, isn't it? But
Yeah.
go on, continue.
But like, no, it's just, like the video is like the video and the song. It's not really for me. That's what it is. Yeah.
It was definitely made for the girls.
Well, you don't like the video now?
It's not I don't like the video. I've not seen the video
Oh, okay.
because I already know what it's about.
Bro,
It's
just watch
really
it on mute. Just watch it on
Watching
mute.
it, you know.
Nah, me, I'm born again,
You
bro.
never know, you might like it, you know.
I'm born again, bro. Don't worry.
Holy
Nah, I
water,
hear
bro.
that.
That's what it is, bro.
It's
Holy
holy
water.
water.
For
For
real.
sure.
That's funny.
Yeah, so obviously they've been getting criticism as of late for the video.
And why is that?
Well, it's the way the video looks, isn't it? That's what everyone's complaints is about.
Right.
And the lyricism that was used.
I think man them needs to stay out of their business.
No, basically, I think
Personally-
right now, yeah, they've become like icons to kids, innit?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, but there's people, man have been icons to kids and been chatting was on songs for years.
Yeah, they've been chatting West on songs for years because most of their parents never knew. But
But we've not-
Savage, classic.
But we've not had an issue with it. Never.
Yeah, we've not had an issue with it. But the thing is, the parents will be like, okay, I like that song. That song's cool. And then now they go and see this video, and now the 8-year-old girl wants to do the same thing.
I don't think the video.
Nah, that's not. I don't think that's fair.
I think that's a stretch.
Go protect your kids.
But you know what? Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
what we actually saying? There's
I'm
there's so many things you can put in place to stop them seeing the video.
I don't even think the video is that bad. I'll be honest, I thought it'd be worse. There's certain moments in there where it's, you know,
It's a bit
on the
risque,
nose,
but
I don't think it's that deep. And to be honest, when we grew up,
It's
yeah,
not like this, though.
we heard bare tunes in the past that we didn't even
slob on my knob. Like,
we knew bare songs in the past we didn't even know that what they were talking about, and now we look back, we're like, raw, they were talking of madness.
we
That's just how that's the circle
glorify
of life.
songs where
You know what I mean?
Grinding, one of my favourite songs.
Yeah.
Kids call me Mr. Sniffles. Are you mad? Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
he's. I just think it's hypocritical for us to now be like have an
but
issue with it.
What they're talking about, it's not. There's no. It's not reading between the lines. It's blatant. Listen, yo.
Slob on my knob
Would
is
you not-
there's no
Would
that's,
you not
that's
say,
clear as
that
day.
though, like, when the Americans and that talking about their drugs and all that, isn't it just blatant as well, no?
I don't get involved in any of those stuff.
Exactly.
But the thing is the girls though. Like, let's say I had a daughter, yeah, and she's watching what's the name, Meg the Stallion, and she's looking at that stuff, and she's like, she really likes that stuff. So for some parents, it's like, hold on a second, why is this song wet ass pussy? What is this really about? Wet ass pussy, simple. So then now you're gonna be singing.
There's a
as
clean
8-year-old.
version.
There's a clean. Nah.
But I think we gotta realize that humans, we also have.
And I
the
think
ability,
also men as
Go on.
well. Men they didn't like that song.
Well, it's not for us.
It's not
Yeah,
for us.
well,
I ain't
as
playing that. Like I mean, obviously it's not for me,
Yeah.
but and it's not as a, objectively speaking, the song itself. I expect them to be better. They're both lyrically capable of doing better.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, humans, we have an ability to maybe overzealously like to think of what kids might absorb. A kid might watch that and think nothing
Yeah.
of it. A kid might watch Scarface and think nothing of it.
Even
Another kid will watch
even the Rockstar
Scarface, I
record.
might do a madness.
Even the Rockstar record.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you look at the video, My Man's Killing Zombies.
yeah.
As soon as you listen to the lyrics, it's like, it's a bit questionable.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
He's played that off
personally.
then. He's played that off nicely, doesn't
Yeah, he's done it nicely.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
supposed to.
You're just saying there's a
These
way.
guys,
There's a
Oh,
way
They
of
haven't
doing
done
it.
it.
Fair.
Yeah, but they were never gonna play it off nice.
They was
Look
never
at the
playing
lyrics
that
of the
off.
song,
They was
man.
never playing that off.
There's some holes
What-
in this house.
What do you think about it?
But the song,
Yeah.
yeah, the song ain't. For me, the song ain't it. But in terms of the criticism over the lyrics and all of that, I think it's unfair.
Yeah.
I'd say it's unfair because men been talking about that for how long?
Yeah,
So,
that's
bro,
what I'm
Crowd's been
saying.
going on for years.
So
It's just I just don't get how the criticism can be, and then people talk about it coming on the radio. Like, fam, just who listens to the radio anyway? But fam, just switch the station.
yeah, well,
Like, it's really not that deep.
Mm.
What were you saying? You're gonna?
Nothing.
I mean, I guess it's
no, nothing.
No, I hear that. There could be situations where you can't switch that, but I just think it's nowhere near as deep as it is. I can't for the life of me see why people are having an issue when there's so many other songs made by men who glorify things that shouldn't be just as much. And I think, I don't know, it could sound like I'm caping because obviously I'm a fan of both of them, but I just think it's not, some things in life just ain't that big an issue, you know what I mean?
People are just bored. Trying to find something to be mad about.
Honestly, it's because we can't go outside. If we could go outside properly,
Yeah.
it would be different. If you caught or if you've had a dance to that, you're not complaining. You'll be like, yo, save Cardi and Meg for the dance. She was going crazy. But because that's not happening,
Yeah. Nah, it's one of those situations. Give it a week. But this is what they want. This is the publicity they want, the attention they want.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Song's
the
gonna go
be
dumb number
better,
one,
you
so
know
it
what I'm
don't
saying?
matter.
So they don't care. They're laughing at her. This is what they wanted to happen. So
I hear that. It makes sense, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm interested in to see how people find new ways to continue to complain about music.
nah, it's true, man.
We're at that stage, but I guess so. A topic I want to discuss. So I saw on Twitter, someone asked, 50 Cent versus Drake. Obviously, Drake's run has just been ridiculous at this point. Damn near 10 years. And what?
50 Cent versus Drake.
That's what that was what the topic was.
I'm letting
But
them
hey, I know
land.
I know that's your guy. So chill. Let me get the topic off.
Let him land.
There's nothing to learn. I'm firmly on the other side.
On what? What side?
I'm for 50.
Just continue.
Okay,
Finish what you're gonna say.
just
I want to know what you're gonna say.
Alright.
'cause I
So
don't
it's
know.
basically it's 50 versus Drake, and it's who's impact at the time was bigger.
Oh.
And obviously Drake's had a longer span, but it was just an interesting conversation, which then spiraled into 50's buzz was so huge that he managed to make careers for everyone in G Unit. Everyone in G Unit went done platinum, as opposed to OVO is just a writing camp for him, and Party is locked in the
You smell
basement.
the bias in the building. Parties in the. Oh, anyway.
He is locked in the basement.
Things been so crazy and hectic.
So you're saying G Unit was a success as a subsidiary label,
Yes.
whereas OVO is not.
There's been a borderline failure.
I'm not gonna call it a failure because I think it's the way people look at it. So, for example, OVO, he is Universal. Drake is Universal.
Mm.
He has an OVO in Universal, but it's nothing to do with the artist he signed. That's just him.
And OVO's Warner Brothers.
The OVO sound is Warner Brothers, and that's where Party, DVSN, Majid Jordan, all of them, that's where they live. The problem is twofold. Yes, you can blame Drake because he is an artist and that is his camp, he is in control of that, but then also how much onus can you put on an artist to lead other artists? That's not his job. He's not a label owner. Does that make sense? That's a different skill set to be a label owner. You can't nurture talent and also be the talent. So
But I don't
certain
think
people
50
can
did
do
that for them.
No, but they all bust together. That's a difference.
Kind of.
You think?
Yeah, 50 Cent was basically telling them how to become who they're supposed to become. Because without 50, where's Young Buck? Where's Tony Yayo? Lloyd Banks is doing his thing now, but he could have been doing his thing back then. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bit different. Olivia is another thing as well. Like him spending $4 million and then him not getting a return at all. So it's, I mean, of course, it's a different era, and that obviously comes into the equation of who's really great and who's not. But at the same time, I think at the end of the day, I would say Drake right now is probably better in terms of actually being successful, helping the camp be successful, because those guys, they still got a cult following. Do you know what I'm saying? And they're still popping in their own way.
How do you feel?
Yeah, no, them man, baby, OVO thing, baby, straight.
Listen, my man over here grew up on OVO.
No,
He
but
didn't grow up on G Unit.
No, but hear this. What's it called? What's his name? Didn't the Weeknd was under OVO for a while? No.
He was about to be.
Yeah.
He
was about
he
to
said,
So he was.
Because he saw the thing.
Not officially.
At any stage.
He was close to getting signed to them, but he said no. And then he busted by himself, and technically it worked out for him.
More than worked out.
Yeah.
For the best, for real, because that could have been a nightmare.
It's a good discussion.
It
I
is.
think I do think it's a bit different because the G
time-
Unit camp,
yeah.
they were actually like they're man them. You know what I'm saying? They were rolling around. They were actually getting into beef. It was a thing. Whereas you're not going to see Drake rolling around with Division. You're not going to see Drake rolling around.
I don't think
with-
he
with-
has
you
their
know what I'm saying?
numbers.
Maybe not. But it's more of a business. I think Oliver in that OVO camp is the one who finds the talent. I don't think Drake finds the talent. And I think they put things in place. It's more like a business structure, hierarchy. Whereas G Unit, Lloyd Banks can walk into 50 Cent's office and say, yo, bro, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So it's a different type of hierarchy, hence why they were a bit more successful. That's my opinion.
Okay, but even still, I guess the more interesting thing is their impact on the game.
Are we saying G Unit versus OVO?
No, I think I'm riding for G Unit. I think that what they were able to do was
what
international,
they did,
man.
What they did was
G Unit made people want to wear Reebok. That's another discussion.
real talk. Yeah, 100%.
Yo, who's wearing Reeboks now?
And 50 Cent's name is spoken of everywhere. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like Drake, you might get mentioned here and there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I got work colleagues who know 50 Cent. Like before they when they hear Drake.
Yeah, that's
and
actually
whatever.
interesting.
If you say Division, you're like, who's that? If you say Majid, who's that?
But if you say Lloyd Banks to them, are they gonna know who that is?
But it's that interesting thing. Like if you go into McDonald's and you ask people who's, do you know Drake or 50 Cent? I think there'll be a few people who might not know Drake, but they're definitely no 50 Cent.
That's a fact.
I think there's someone that don't know Drake.
Yeah, nah, Drake.
Nah, it'd be
Drake
like
is
that,
international,
man.
bro. No.
He is now. He is now, but I think it took him longer to get to that point. Whereas 50 did it like within like a year or two span. After Get Rich and then the Massacre.
Even Jay-Z
Your
was
mum
like,
and
yo,
your dad know
like,
who 50 Cent was.
was like, yo, like, Memphis Bleak, yo, you need to drop an album, you need to do this, you need to do that, because 50
50
Cent
Cent
is
is
coming.
coming, for real.
And then when he came,
Yeah,
bruv,
yeah.
he came, took over the world.
Yeah, it's a fact.
For real.
What's it? Get Rich leaked and still sold nearly 1 million first week. That's insane.
Which one? Part 1 or part 2?
What do you mean?
Because it was Get Rich, Die Try It, and then there was the movie. Get Rich,
soundtrack.
Oh, come on. Of course, the actual album. No, the soundtrack is great. Window Shopper's on there. Is Window Shopper on there or is it Wankster?
Window Shopper and Hustler's Ambition.
Oh, there you have it.
Yeah.
He had a game, man. He had a game. I think that ends the conversation. Man had a game on PS2, bruv. Like,
Yeah,
what
it
do
does.
we even say after that?
You're a little bit younger than so. Do you feel 50 Cent's impact?
Of course, 50 Cent. He's amazing still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
50 Cent is Jay-Z to them, man.
I can see what you're saying with that. Yeah, that makes sense.
How you
Yeah.
mean?
Like, Jay-Z... Because the thing is, if you go back and listen to Jay-Z, yeah, he is actually the guy. He's actually the GOAT in what he says. And then came 50 Cent, and then he just took over 2004 and onwards.
Yeah.
And then up until 2014, that's when he just chilled. But Jay-Z, he had
Say
his
his run was up to
2000.
2014.
I don't know about that.
Wait, 2014.
Yo,
what was-
Kanye's in there somewhere.
50's run kind of ended kind
You
of
know what,
early
yeah,
still.
you're right,
Yeah.
you're right.
That's the thing.
Maybe
That's
08,
it,
09.
that's what I'm saying. Like
from
50
that,
Cent
being
impact
big.
was like.
Yeah, but
uh,
Kanye West was 2013 and onwards, I would say.
No,
Like,
earlier
West,
than that.
earlier.
Earlier
No,
than
but
that.
worldwide.
No. Graduation was the album. Like
Could you not? Yo 9.
Curtis versus
Okay, yeah,
Graduation was the
Graduation,
moment.
Graduation,
like
yeah.
technically like.
Was that 2010?
commercially.
Yeah, so
Or 20
yeah, at that
So
time.
2008, 2009. I think 2008.
Yeah.
I could be
Okay,
wrong.
so those two albums, that was the
Yeah,
transition.
yeah.
That was
like
then
the-
Kanye West.
Yeah. I actually got a good question for you. You know, I was talking to my boy here, and we were speaking about and it's tied into this topic sick. So we're talking about the different shifts of music here. So for the period we're talking about initially was the 50 Cent era. So when that happened, yeah. And then we kind of said there was a changeover between 50 and Kanye West. At that point, we're just talking about, and then obviously Drake came out with like Take Care and that time frame, and that kind of made a moment in time for us,
Yeah.
and it kind of shaped our childhood to some degree. Do you think there's been a moment since then for maybe like your generation or a bit younger that's like
Ooh.
shifted how music sounds? Because me and him were talking for half an hour and we couldn't think of a single
Chief
artist or album. Chief Keef was mentioned, but we weren't sure.
Shifted how music sounded.
We weren't sure if there's like a definitive album or moment in time that's done that.
So what we saying the sound is? What is the sound? Is sing
What's
rap
the predominant
basically?
sound? Yeah, what's the predominant sound that you're saying that it's moved from Take Care?
Since Take Care till 2020 right now, what has been the change? And there's been a change, I'm just not sure
I
when.
don't know, mate. See,
I'm adamant
what's
it's been-
I'd say
worse?
since then it's just become more single based.
That was another argument that I mentioned as well.
Yeah,
Because
like,
it's more fast food. People
Yeah.
are just don't really care too much about the album too much anymore.
We're
They
not,
do,
yeah, but no one's. The problem is, no one's putting together great bodies of work as well. They're not. I don't think a lot of artists are living in the moment. You even look at how they're giving us deluxes, like chill, like
Yeah.
the baby said, "Here's another 10." Like
Yeah,
what?
yeah, I hear
that album just came out this year.
It's an interesting question because I refuse to believe Take Care was the last album that or moment where we feel like this is.
I would say Trap Soul, but I don't even know if that.
2015.
Yeah, but that is still sing rap. Did it just cement that sing rap was the sound even more? And maybe that's why we're still struggling to move on from it. So much so that the artists that,
Ross?
I'd say rap. I'd say it's rap now though.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I'd say it's rap now. Lil Baby, I'd say it's rap now.
or even
The Baby, I'd definitely say it's rap now.
Yeah.
do you think Drill could do it? If Drill gets a solid artist that is, I don't don't know.
In the UK, definitely drills.
Yeah, the UK.
But I'm saying,
is
especially because New York mess with it,
Yeah.
and it is their genre. It's a genre that they mess with heavy. If they can get an artist who's a few things like lyrical, clever with it, and can also put together a great project that we can go A to B. This is flawless. If Pop was alive, that would have been it.
The album though.
The album was great, but you need to do it a few more times. I feel Drake gave everyone was a fan of him for what was the first like mixtape everyone got introduced. So far gone. Thank Me Later, and then Take Care, because he by that point he near on perfected what he was trying to do. I don't think Pop had got to that point. And we've had Meet the Woo Volume 1 and 2, but what he was trying to do with the most recent album, if he had maybe one more opportunity to do it, I think he could have made that the sound. Especially when you consider he sold 200,000 first week doing what he wanted to do. Like songs like 44 Bulldog are on there, so it's not like he diverted from his sound to go get the bag. You know what I mean?
He tried a little bit, but it predominantly.
It was predominantly the best songs on that album for me are where he sticks to his sound, Creature and 44 Bulldog. That's like, yo, he was really taking it a certain way, and he had the advantage of people liked him as well. So I think that could have been the direction we was going in.
I think maybe Pop Smoke might be a good answer, but I think the change, in my opinion, happened maybe 2016, 2017. I'm not sure who in particular. I'd say you could chuck Lil Baby in there. You could chuck the Baby in there. You could chuck Pop Smoke in there. Obviously a bit later on.
Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi Vert.
It must be, because people started doing the and then they started doing that whole
Thug maybe.
No.
More.
He had his own sound.
Don't say no like that. Like
No. He had his own sound.
He's more of a forefather. Like
Travis.
No, because he was still around when they made Cruel Summer and that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's still
I don't feel like the sound that Travis has. My biggest problem is, and the reason why Trav won't become that guy is because in order to be that guy, your sound needs to be what's the word? Other people need to be able to do it, so that it can, not just you can do it, but a lot of the masses can do it as well. Trav.
What do you mean by that?
So a lot of people can do the sing rap thing, which means it gets more popular, and Drake's gonna get credit for the sing rap thing because they're all gonna look up to him and give him credit, which means that the sound will become the music or the genre or whatever. I don't feel like a lot of people can do what Travis does to the level that he does, so it's gonna be harder for that sound to become the sound if only one person can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think you have the answer. I think it's singles. I think it's the way people consume music. Because since streaming, I think it's changed low key. Like, we obviously still enjoy albums, but I think the fact that it's so quick and you can hear songs.
Yeah. I think albums are just playlists now.
Yeah.
In the sense of, here's what I've been doing for the last year. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, I don't really give a shit, because there's going to be one banger on there that's going to probably go number one and I'm going to be able to tour off. That's all they care about.
Yeah, for real.
Singles is interesting, but in what sense, in what direction, if that makes sense?
Because like, you can look back at the past 5 years and you can think of certain singles that have rocked the culture. But if you're going to ask for me albums that have rocked the culture, or maybe defined the younger generations, it's kind of harder to do.
So it just have to be singles.
Yeah.
Because you can, I reckon there's some singles you can pinpoint. Yeah, like this single. Yeah, that was
a certain point. Like, I can pinpoint Bad and Bougie at that point. 2015. Like, that did something. 2016. What's the EXO tour like? Like, say that did that then. 17. I don't know. You guys will have to fill in. I'm getting old, is what I'm trying to say. But,
I hear that. Nah, it makes sense.
It's a good conversation.
Would that be a strategy that you go for going forward? Would you tackle the game with just singles? Obviously, you do the mixtape here and there where it's necessary, but would you focus on just trying to make sure all the singles you put out are clean? And
I'd see myself more as I'd want to, if for others, for the consumer, I'd want them to like consume me as an album, innit? Because I think that's where I'd sound best. So like, maybe the odd single, I could make the odd single like whatnot. but realistically, I want an album that's great rather than, you know.
I hear that. What makes a good album for you? That you've
Good albums that I've listened to. It's like the sound change. The sound is quite consistent throughout the whole thing. The sound is quite consistent. So like, for example, what album was hard? Like Lil Baby's album, for example. Like, he doesn't really stray from what he's talking about. It seems the same. Like it's like we can tell what he's been through that year. Do you get me?
I get that.
Other albums would just sound like bare singles and one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a constant theme going through the album.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. He did really well on that album. I know it was on the deluxe version, but I'm so glad he gave us We Paid with him and 40. That song slaps.
Cool.
So yeah, it was surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, but it did take me by surprise how good that song was, especially because it had to grow on me. Because at first I was a bit like, I just don't see the hype, but I found out quickly.
Yeah, it takes a while at this point just to kind of figure out whether or not like the newer generation of artists are actually very talented. But when you actually deep it up, they really are. They live in a different pocket, and I think they can do things a lot of the guys we grew up on, I guess, techniques I can't really do.
Well, what interests me is we're still in that period where it's like, are they going to stick around or are they going to go away? And I think a lot of them are going to stick around. That would be my guess anyway.
Maybe just exist in different forums. Like Drake is probably going to be around because he likes the limelight. He can still make that type of music and he's very adaptable. Whereas a Kendrick or Cole, maybe not so much because
they're done out here.
they don't necessarily.
They're done out here, you say?
They're not done out here, but they don't need to. They don't need to sound current. They don't need to sound current. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, I think they're done.
Yeah, they don't need to sound current. They just do what they do, and then
They still exist.
Like in terms of like, they'll be on the decline, but it's not that deep. That's what I mean.
Well, I think
like they'll just disappear into greatness. Whereas Drake will just be Drake.
Do you think he's ever gonna go away?
Basically. No, he'll be like Michael Jackson. Yeah. Whereas Kendrick and J Cole, they're just gonna be Rod Stewart.
I hear that. Do we have anything else?
Not that I'm aware of. Bro.
Alright, well, I'll just give you one more opportunity just to tell the people where they can find you online, all the socials, what you got coming up next, what's the future looking like, just so that, you know, you've given them all the information, all the tea that...
So we got loads more singles coming.
Yes,
obviously, the Instagram's J Gully _ everything's the same actually. So yeah, there we go.
There you go, there you have it. That's another one in the top.
Episode 50, man.
Episode 50 celebrations.
Appreciate you having me.
Episode 50, you don't know.
Appreciate it. Take care, man.
Meow.
Appreciate you, bro.
Alright.
Okay, until next time. Safe, lads. Let me